Hey trivia lovers, ready to fill your brain with facts that are equal parts fascinating and hilarious? Today we're diving deep into 15 fun facts that might just change how you see the world, or at least make you the life of the party. Let's get started. Alright, buckle up Buttercup, because this first one's a real head scratcher. Turns out bananas? Totally berries. Botanically speaking, a berry has to have seeds and pulp and come from a single flower with one ovary. Bananas? Nailed it. Strawberries, on the other hand? Total frauds. Their seeds are on the outside, and they come from a flower with multiple ovaries. Okay folks, get ready for this. Octopuses have 3 hearts. 2 of those hearts pump blood to their gills for oxygen. The 3rd heart circulates blood around the body. When an octopus swims, that main heart actually stops beating. They're basically swimming heartless. Let's take a trip back in time, shall we? Sharks were around way before trees even existed. I'm talking 400 million years versus 350 million years. That's a whole 50 million years of sharks ruling the ocean without a single shady spot to take a break. Alright everybody, quick experiment. Try humming your favorite tune. Now pinch your nose shut and try again. You sound like a strangled walrus. Exactly. You can't hum while holding your nose because humming requires air to escape through your nose. You know who's surprisingly good at holding their breath? Sloths. Those slow-moving, nap-loving creatures can hold their breath for a whopping 40 minutes. Dolphins, on the other hand, tap out after about 10 minutes. Sloths can dramatically slow down their heart rate, conserving oxygen. Dolphins gotta keep coming up for air. So much for being the aquatic superstars, huh? Ever wish you had more hours in a day? Well, on Venus you would have 5,832 hours in a day. A day on Venus, that's one full rotation, is actually longer than a year on Venus, one trip around the Sun. It takes 243 Earth days for Venus to rotate, but only 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. So, your birthday would come before the day even ended. Alright folks, let's talk Pringles. Those perfectly stacked crispy chips that disappear faster than you can say once you pop you can't stop. Did you know that the guy who invented the Pringles can, Fred Bohr, loved it so much that he wanted to be buried in one? And guess what? His family made it happen. They placed his ashes in a Pringles can after he passed away. Now that's what I call resting in peace, or should I say resting in pieces. You know what never goes bad? Honey. This golden nectar is basically the ultimate survivor. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old. And guess what? It's still edible. That's because honey has very little moisture, it's highly acidic, and it's packed with natural preservatives. So, wombats, those adorable Australian marsupials, right? Well, they poop cubes. Their intestines contract at different rates, molding the poop into those perfect little squares. One theory is that the cubes help wombats mark their territory because, unlike round poop, cubes don't roll away. Did you know that the Eiffel Tower, that iconic Parisian landmark, actually grows taller in the summer? It can grow up to 6 inches taller because of something called thermal expansion. Heat makes the metal expand, and when it gets colder, it shrinks back down. It's like the Eiffel Tower has its own summer growth spurt. Imagine being able to live forever. Sounds pretty great, right? Well, there's a jellyfish out there that's basically figured it out. It's called the Turritopsis dohrnii, but you can call it the immortal jellyfish. When it gets injured or feels threatened, it can revert back to its polyp stage. It's like hitting the reset button on its life. It's the Benjamin Button of the ocean. Cows might seem like simple creatures, but they're actually big softies at heart. They form strong friendships with each other and can get super stressed when they're separated from their besties. Farmers have noticed that bonded cows graze together, moo together, and just generally hang out like the best buds they are. Ever heard of a group of crows being called a murder? Sounds intense, right? Well, it turns out that a flock of crows is actually called a murder. Folklore says that crows gather together to pass judgment on their own. Dramatic much? Okay, picture this. You're arguing a case before the highest court in the land, the US Supreme Court. You're feeling the pressure, the weight of the law is on your shoulders, and then you hear the sound of a basketball bouncing. There's a basketball court above the Supreme Court chambers, aptly nicknamed the highest court in the land. And last but not least, we've got a fact that's truly appealing. Get ready for it. Humans share about 60% of their DNA with bananas. Now, before you start questioning your entire existence, this doesn't mean you're going to sprout peels or turn yellow when you're ripe. And that's it. 15 facts to make your day a little weirder, a little funnier, and a lot more interesting. Which one blew your mind the most? Drop it in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the useless knowledge. Until next time, stay curious.